What's up, guys? Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be going over what it's really like to close 100K cash collected as a closer. So if you're a closer, or if you're new to sales, or you want to get into remote sales, it's pretty much 10K in commissions in 1 month. Now, I'm going to be the guy to tell you, whoever is telling you, or if you think you're making 10K in commissions in your first ever month in sales as a remote closer, or maybe even your second, good luck. It's very, very difficult to do that, especially if you don't even know how even sales works, the scripts, the frameworks, the psychology, the whole back-end system of what it's really like to be a closer, because it's very difficult. Now, learning and locking in the skill is going to give you the freedom, obviously, to work wherever it is that you want to work, wherever you're traveling, whether you want to work from home, you want to take a last-minute trip. You're in control of how much money you want to make as a closer. Pretty simple. So to give you some context with what's really going on in the video you guys are about to see in a moment, I currently sales manage for a 7-figure influencer slash online coach slash trader, whatever it is you want to label it as. And what has been going on is the past few months as a whole, there's currently 3 closers on this offer. We've only been scratching 100K cash collected as a team as a whole. So maybe one guy's having a 50K cash collected month, 5K in commissions for the month. Maybe one guy's doing 2K in commissions, which is 20K cash collected, and one guy is doing 3K in commissions in 1 month, but then closing 30K cash collected. Pretty simple math. 10% commission off every single close that you bring in for the month. Simple. And in this video, I asked the closers, I said, guys, what do you guys want to achieve for the upcoming month of August? So we have stand-ups every morning. And every guy said 100K a month. And and they seemed like it was almost impossible to do that. Now, I break it down what it's really like to actually hit 100K a month. And there was, off the top of my head, there's 3 main things, and there might be another one I might be missing, but one of them being, when you close someone, you're not always going to get the pay in full. You know, you might get a payment plan of $2,500 today, $2,500 exactly 1 month from now, and that is pretty much, you know, passive income as you stay on the team, right? And especially the more longer you're on the team, the more your pipeline of payment plans kind of grow, and you're starting getting pipelines on autopilot passively as you close the team. Now, what had happened with these guys is said, hey, I can't collect my payment plans anymore. And to sum everything up, those I said 3 things, honestly it's just 2. The only thing is being real and having the right energy to actually serve and help someone live a better life. Having the empathy on a sales call. Getting to know the guy. Getting to know the guy's family and his cousin, and how he wants to help his cousin with XYZ, and how he wants to propose to his wife. That's the whole deal with closing. That's great closers, actually getting engaged with the lead as you're closing, and getting understanding of why they're really here in the first place, and why and how we can help them out as best as possible. Whether you're closing for a trading offer, personal development, I don't know, TikTok shop, Amazon FBA, whatever it is you're closing for, at the end of the day you want to be real and have the right energy to actually help another person live a better life. Because that's exactly what I talk about on the sales call, on the stand-up meeting, which I hope you guys enjoy. If you like videos like this, please let me know. I have tons and tons of stand-up meetings and one-on-ones of just calls where we're just dropping sauce regarding remote sales. So if you love it, please drop a comment below, and I will definitely post more. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy.
How much do you guys want to bring in? If anyone wants to go in, Alex, how much do you want to get done in August?
Like personally, just by myself or the whole team?
For you, man.
I want 100K. If we're filled out, we're booked out, then 100K for sure.
Okay, what do you think you have to do in order to make that happen?
I would say I have a full calendar, and I actually have, like, I don't know, maybe like a 80% show up rate. That'd be solid.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. What about you, bro?
For August, I'm open up more slots. Because right now I'm taking calls in my garage and shit. It's fucking dirty in here. But I'm taking calls in my garage.
Yeah,
So I can't be in here too long because it gets like 100 degrees. So I'm open more slots, and yeah, I want to hit like 100K. Same thing,
100K.
100K. Yeah,
Sick, man. I love it. I
yeah.
love it. So here's the
I'm
thing.
splitting.
Both of you hitting, I love it, 100K. 100K is not going to happen if you just hop on these calls every morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time and then hop on your daily calls. 100K hops in with like, yo, Alex, let's hop in mock right now. Yo, Alex, I just got this objection. Let's review it, me and you right now. 15-minute mocks, 20-minute mocks throughout your day. You feel me? Or like throughout the day where you guys are kind of brainstorming, it's going to take more effort and sharpening up like your sword with that. Would you guys agree? Yes. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, 8:30 a.m. calls is great. Where everyone's on the same page, but in order to make that happen, we have to run mocks and sharpen up everything. So, and then right now, obviously, you guys see Zach. He's the bottom leaderboard. Takes like Zach. You should be bothering them, being like, "Yo, let's hop on a call. I'm struggling. What are you guys doing? Can I see your calls? Can you send me this?" I'll be doing whatever it takes to hop back on the leaderboard, bro. So we'll talk more about that later. But what about you, Zach? What about for the month of August?
Well, I'm definitely not gonna say anything less than 100K, bro. I can't. But well, and especially because we know it's doable. Like we said in the past, like I've gotten 3K cash collected back to back weeks. So I know that's possible. I know the numbers are there, especially when you guys are talking about in terms of higher fill rate, higher show rate, better quality leads, a lot more source of leads. I definitely know that's possible. And I agree with what you're saying. Definitely need to do more mock calls, definitely need to do more sharpening. And I think that's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, I love it. And then I know a lot of people think 100K is very difficult. To be real honest with you guys, it's really not. Because if you're organized with, let's say we do a deposit of 2,500 exactly now, 2,500 1 month from now, if you're keeping track of your people with their payment plans, you should be getting payment plans on autopilot to the point where they start stacking up. And the next month you just have, oh, I have this 2,500 coming through. I have this 2,500 coming through. Now, the more that you stack, the more organized you are. The simple call will get you far. So that way you're not always closing, 100K in 1 month. You guys get what I'm saying? Like a good chunk of that, I would say 30% of 100K should be payment plans, maybe more. And it's your job to kind of be organized and keep track of all that, because we can't just close someone for 2K or 2,500 and then all right, nice $250, let me move on. No, keep track of that. That's where the 100K months comes from. And so that's where you have to get a lot more organized. Make sense? On the same page? Nice. Daniel, what about you, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same, 100K. And I know it's achievable. It all comes down to me, if I'm performing or not. So I will perform. That's the biggest thing. So I know it's possible.
Yeah.
So 100K.
Yeah. So you did, all right, so 10K and 48, that's 2 days. All right.
Yeah.
$1,000 for you in 2 days. What do you think can be done? That should open up your mind like, holy shit, there's so much more. All right.
Yeah.
And a few of that was from payment plans. Like, bro, you should be like, holy shit, there should be a lot more. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these numbers aren't pretty. Like, I'm not really the ones we have in the month, like 60K. Like, that's like, come on.
Yeah.
But being more organized with the payment plans and obviously, like I said, for Zach, for example, dude, you should be blowing up. Who's the top right now? Alex, you let's hop on a call. What are you doing right that I'm not doing? Little things like that. And it's like, Zach, you should be able to have however much Alex has from your past payment plans. Where's your payment plans from, bro? Where are they at? I know you have a lot. Same thing with you, Danielle. Where are your payment plans from before? I know not everyone paid their rest in full,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And times like
So
this, we got to collect them. So we
one
got to.
issue that sorry to cut you off, Adam,
You're
but
good, you're
one
good.
issue that I've been having is whenever I call them and ask them for the payment plan, they're like, "Oh, I'm in a bad financial situation." They kind of,
Smoke screens.
yeah, they try to delay it or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, they're not paying. Like I had a guy that
So
closed last month, 2,500. He's like, "Oh, can you freeze my account or something?" Something came up.
yeah. So
So
here's the thing, and I had the same problem too. You don't want to call them and say, "Hey, I'm here to collect." That's the last thing you want to do. What
Mm.
you want to do is call them and say, "Hey, man, I've been thinking about how's everything. Let's hop on a one-on-one call. I want to help you out if you have any help with anything." Hop on a 15-minute call. Dude, how's everything going? How's the family? How's this going? How's the
Yeah.
training going? Talk about them. forget about the money, help them. Then at
Yeah.
the end of the call, hey, dude, I just realized we did 2,500 exactly 1 month before. Are you ready for your 2,500 deposit now? You just gave them a whole mentoring call. Of course they should be paying you. And if they can't pay you 2,500, dude, I get it. You're here with us for a reason. You're here to take care of the family. I'm gonna work something out. I'm gonna talk to our role and make it work. What's the most you can put down today? And then I'll see what we can do for you, man. Okay, you can do only
Yeah.
1K of 2,500, no worries. I'll do you 1K, I'll do another 1K exactly a month from now. But if I'm gonna do this, I have to know you're here with us. Can you do that? I don't want to take away access. I know you're here for your family. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Difference instead of collecting money and be like, hey, we're here for your 2,500 deposit. It's a little bit of a hassle, but hop another, I wouldn't say sales call, but more of a strategy call with them. Because that's the last thing you want to do. But do you
Yeah.
guys see the difference in the dynamic? And then that's where you kind of get to, like, if you're not filled out, you should better be doing that. It's not gonna hurt you, you know. That's what I'll tell you guys. So big key takeaways. What do you guys learn today?
No, I was gonna ask them the same thing. I was about to say, do you guys just hit them up when you guys are ready for like payment? Because that's what I did with a couple of mine. Even with some that didn't close, I remember there was this one that he mentioned he was going through like a breakup at the time. So I texted him the other day. I just told him, hey, how's everything? I know you mentioned you were going through a breakup. He's staying positive, and he gave a lot of pain out to me. He said, thank you for reaching back to me. I've been staying positive, and I've been thinking about it a lot. It was a hard thing to take action for me. I wasn't in the right mindset to stay on top of my trading, but when we last spoke, I am better, and I want to proceed with my trading journey. Again, thank you for reaching back to me. It was unexpected, and it really means a lot to me, Osiel, for reaching back. So I'm gonna get this guy booked on a call. He's gonna close. He's gonna close.
Good shit, bro. I would even hop in a call
That's-
and be like, yo, bro, my girl has a friend. You want to come through? I'm just playing. Dead. No, but little things like that goes a far way. That's good shit.
uh,
Yeah, for real. If anyone should be getting on DTI's offers right after they break up with someone, right? Like, prove your ex strong, right? You want to get on?
yeah. So that's what I told them.
But
hilarious.
I think it's two things here. Like, just summarizing what Adam's saying too. It's like two words that always come up in our conversations is it comes down to harvesting and then empathy. When we combine both of those, that's when you really start reaching a level from going from good to great. But if we're not even if we're just doing one of them, then the other one's just kind of slacking. If we're only harvesting, but the empathy's not there, then we're only doing half-assed the work, right? If we're only showing empathy, but then we're not harvesting, well, now we're just leaving money on the table, right? So both go hand in hand. So that's why being a great closer takes a lot of effort that most regular closers aren't, right? That's why most people just hover at good. We don't at that me and Adam were just talking about this. We don't want you guys to be good. We want you guys to ascend to being great and staying great, right? Because there's months where, you know, maybe Alex is at top or Danielle or CL, Zach, whoever's at the top. How do you stay at the top? How does everyone stay at the top, right? That's the biggest thing. And so, I mean, Alex, how long? It's been what? Almost over a month. You've been here, right? Same for OCL. I would say, how many conversations do you feel like you've had over like that time period?
Yeah, I think I checked
One.
my call reports. I have it like maybe 24 calls.
Yeah. And just from 24 calls, I think one thing we talked about with Alex is like from 24 calls, he was able to squeeze out so much revenue, right? For someone like Zach or Daniel, and you guys been here longer, you guys should have a lot more people to hit up and get into. You know what I mean? So the more OCL and Alex they stick around, the longer their pipeline grows. That's what's really going to help you. So I think compounding is going to be a big part to a lot of hitting that 100K goal, because I think all of you guys have an equal level to hit that, especially if we have everything else dialed in. I think everyone in here has a level to hit that. It's just a matter of how do you combine everything together, right? There's also a level of like when you're in the playing field, it's hard to see everything at face value, right? We
Yeah.
talk about this, you guys might be motivated. One bad call and it might throw you off the whole week, right? I'm sure you guys could probably relate to that, or a moment that throughout the week where you're like, oh man, like shit, is it just me? Do I suck or whatever? Like all of that. Number one, you don't want to bottle that up, because the minute you start thinking like that, it's going to go and sink into your next calls, and it's going to sink into your week, and it's going to sink into your month. You don't want to bottle up any of those thoughts. What I mean is like the minute you think of anything like that, You
Yeah.
go to Adam, you go to Alex, Zach, you know,
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
you guys jumping on and being like, yo, I'm kind of really struggling here, right? There's no ego, there's no pride. We're all on the same freaking team. We're here to help each other, right? So there's no like, man, I suck. I'm gonna keep these bottled up, or I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna retry. Like talk it through, right? Because there's a level of blind spots that when you're on the field, you're not gonna be able to see. That's just how it is, right? That's why a basketball team or any team has a coach, right? Because he can see stuff that the team can't. They're on the field, they're locked in so heavily that they can't see the high level view of things. But Adam, he can take a call review or whatever, and he can look at your calls and be like, Daniel, we just got to fix this one thing here, dude. Like, that's it.
Sorry to cut you off, but that's huge because Daniel, that was what happened with you. You were so focused on Alex and you were so focused on OCL doing way better than you. You weren't even on your own lane. Your tunnel vision focusing on them until we actually dialed and opened it up. It's for you have the objection handling, you have the right question. It's just the mind that of you like looking the wrong direction. So that's a great point. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's sometimes just one thing that could turn everything around for you guys, right? But like if you guys don't communicate it, I'm not saying you guys aren't, but there's a level of like I know it. There's times that where I've been and I've bottled up my emotions and I've bottled up stuff that, you know, I'm like, I'll figure it out. And I let my ego or pride get in the way of like, you know, like I'll figure it out. Man, you got to talk to people, right? Like I wouldn't be here without talking to the people in my corner. I have coaches, different mentors, whatever. Every time I'm like, man, shit's going to hit, like, I don't know, you know, stuff's not going right. Let me talk to someone, right? Because it might just be one thought. Sometimes it's even just speaking to my parents, right? Like I speak to my mom, my dad, and it's like they'll say something and I'm like, fuck, that makes a lot of sense, right? But it's perspective. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is like you can speak to even if you even speak to Christian, right? Like Christian speaking to a lot of these guys that are onboarding, he's onboarding. They're thanking you guys for like helping them get there. Like that's a huge sign. When someone thanks you, that's like, yo, the team, Alex, OCL, all of these guys, they helped me get to where I am. That's big, you know? So I think it's like the one thing we want to keep in mind here is just, yes, the harvesting and empathy is great, but you don't want to get locked into your own thoughts. Like we're all in tunnel vision, we're all trying to hit a goal, but don't let one speed bump ruin your momentum. You know, I think that's a huge thing on for everyone's end. And Adam's here, I'm here. You guys need to talk. I'm in Slack. I live in Slack. So like, we need to jump on a huddle, or you guys had a fucked up call. Let's go. Let's jump on. Let's talk. What's going on? Right? Let's get through it. Right? Let's not make sure that energy sticks around for tomorrow or the next day or whatever the case is. Right? So don't keep it internal. Talk it through. You know, that's the best way we're gonna get through. So like Adam was saying, mock calls, talking to each other, role playing. That's gonna move the needle. Like those are tasks that are gonna move the needle. Watching like a YouTube video probably isn't. I'll be honest with you guys, because you know, and I don't want to badmouth trainings. Trainings are great, but the stuff that really moves the needles is when you're doing action, right? And so too much learning sometimes might be just as much as crippling as, you know, not learning, right? So that's something I've learned over time is like action beats learning over more than anything, right? You want to learn, but then action 80% of the time, right? Action here is like LeBron's not reading a book on how to pass the ball, right? Like he's gonna like well, no basketball player does that. Right? They do have coaches that instruct them, but they're on the courts. They're playing daily. Same thing for any other athlete, right? Same thing applies for us. We're athletes. How do we perform? Our practice is role playing, mock calls, all of that stuff. So the better we do that, the better you guys will, you know, will be in a position to hit that goal next month, you know, and we want you guys to hit those. So we want to make sure you guys get there.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
huge. Yeah, anything else, boys, with anything before we call
This is all great. Great way to put it. The way Ahmed is. We just need to start taking action and
it?
That's
yeah,
it.
it's just those mocks, objection handling, even just, you know, getting to the pitch. Because I know like discovery, I know that's a really big one. I think we don't have enough pain sometimes to even pitch them. And when we pitch them, it's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
a
I think-
lot, right? It's all tied together in one ball, right? But
Yeah, it is.
that's what we're gonna work towards. But
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I'm curious, when Daniel was ripping this past weekend, did anyone call him?
No.
No? No? when I was closing, and there was another guy doing way better than me, and he would have like a record week, a record day, record whatever, I would call him. Like, dude, like, what's going on, man? Like, how you doing? Like, what's going on? And you'll hear them how excited you feel at the state. They're like, dude, I'm sharp. I feel great. I'm doing this, bro. I went this. I did this. I did this. And they're sharp. You feed off that energy, and you're like, holy shit. Like, I need to get him. This guy's on a completely different level. You know how sometimes when like you'll talk to someone and they're like, bro, this guy just has that shit. Like, I don't know what he has, but he just has that shit. Like, whether the way they speak, whatever it is, you just feel it. I would have called Daniel and be like, bro, you absolutely ripping, bro. What are you doing, man? Like, can I listen to one of your calls, bro? Like, can you look at this, bro? The call.
Yeah.
But like, I would immediately hop on that leech off of him and be like, bro, I need that, whatever you're doing. That's a big one. Or like, bro, how did you get that harvest? How did you harvest this guy? Or bro, how did you get this guy to pay this payment plan? So many different things. I believe Osiel had a harvest, a lead that came through from like 2 weeks ago that eventually started paying. I would have called Osiel and be like, yo, bro, like, how did you get that guy to come through 2 weeks after? What did you say? What did you do?
Yeah.
But like I said, like Ahmed said, all it takes from like taking action. So I'm leeching off everyone. I'm leeching off Ahmed. I'm leeching off all these guys. I'm leeching off Raul, bro. How did you fucking get a McLaren?
Yeah.
You know, there's different ways to go about it.
Yeah. Energy.
Yeah. Like, who felt it when Raul joined this and all you guys were fucking quiet and scared? Oh, that's a different level.
Yeah.
You should have seen this guy.
I think that's a good way to put it. That's how a lot of the prospects feel when we hop on a call with them. The presence of Raul that we felt, it's what they feel when they hop on a call with us, and especially if you can hold that, you know. Raul
You know
didn't
what?
even speak, and we were over here all sitting.
You know what that's called?
Aura.
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 That's just aura right there.
Hey, Alex, be honest. When you came through, how much aura did our house have?
Nah, there was hella aura, bro. Everyone you talk to, aura.
So, I mean, I feel you, anyone that walks into our house just makes money somehow, some way. So
Even going up the elevator, Adam, that was aura.
yeah. So to fill you guys in, so there's this guy named Kevin Peckman. He does like e-commerce. And he lives in my building, and I was telling Alex about it. And guess who was in the elevator with us? Kevin.
Yeah, no
And
way.
then Alex was like freaking out. He was like this. He's like, "Oh my god, who is that?" I'm dead. But no, it's what I'm trying to get energy. Yeah, it rubs off each other. And so if you can kind of come off that way, it's like, holy, who's this guy that just walked into the room? Who is this guy that's in the call that works for Raul? What is he doing differently that I'm not? And I want to learn. That's huge.
Energy is contagious. That's the biggest source of thing that it rubs off on you in ways that you can't even imagine. Like, if you're in a group of like millionaires, like, you're gonna ascend to being a millionaire. You're not gonna be left behind. You know what I mean? It's weird how it works, but the same way we talk about energy here, the same way the prospect feels energy too. If you're desperate on the call, he's gonna feel that too. So you need to give that person the energy they need to ascend, just like you're trying to ascend, right? It goes both ways, right? It's a double-edged sword, because if your energy is not on point either, you know, no one's gonna want to work with a guy like that. The fuck, right? Like, you want to work with a guy that's ready to like get him to the next level, right? That actually cares for him. So it's trust me, energy is one of the biggest leading indicators of everything, right? And so like I'm a huge believer in that. It's kind of like that thing, right? Like, you if you're next to 5 dumpsters, you're gonna end up smelling like one too. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Like, it works both. It's the same shit. Like, literally, if you're around the right people, like, you are going to ascend. You know what I mean? And so
Ahmed's friends recently got a Lamborghini. I mean, I know that made you want to get a car now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So one of my close friends, we're old friends, but he bought his sister I don't know if you guys are into cars, but a SVJ Roadster. She's probably the first. She's 22 years old. She just got SVJ Roadster. Her sister has a Ferrari 812 GTS, right? Each car is like, those are like $1 million cars.
Yeah.
Right. I'm the only one in the group that doesn't have a car anymore, right? And it's not about materialistic shit. It's just about, all right, fuck it, I got to get my shit together and get up to that level, right? But it's I will be honest, the one thing that has led me to where I am, it's my group. It's energy, right? Because we all hold each other accountable. It's teamwork, right? Everything you guys need to reach 100K next month, cash collected, is right here sitting in front of you. Me, Adam, this whole team right here, like that's what's going to help you get there. It's the accountability factor. If I didn't have them in my corner when I was down, I wouldn't be here. Same thing for them. It's vice versa, right? Like we help each other through this shit. And so, it's you got to find that purpose and that fire under you, and whatever motivates you to get to that next level. But it just comes down to very simple concept. Energy is currency, pretty much. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you want to protect it at all costs, and you want to put it into the right things. And right now, the people that you got to put it into are the people you speak to on the phones, right? Because they're gonna feel it. They're gonna be like, man, I want to be a guy around like a guy. Alex, you gonna be in the Discord? Like, I want to talk to you more often in the Discord. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy you want to give off to them, where they want to become friends with you. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's just ascension. But that was a cool story too about like how you were saying you met Kevin, and in Adam's building, right? Like even that's energy, right? Like there's like top dogs living in one building. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people living in that building with Adam too, right? But at a different scale, there's a level of Grant Cardone staying in $100 million penthouse, and above him is another billionaire, and above him is another billionaire, right? So it's just like there's levels to it where it's like Alex Ramosi, he lives right underneath the guy who owns Panda Express, and I think he's worth like $8 billion. He talks about it all the time, right? And that's like a good buddy of his. But it's same thing, same concept, right? But yeah, you got to monitor that energy very closely, protect it at all costs, and just run it up. That's it.
Huge. Yeah, I think like at the end of the day, I think it's like saying in gratitude for this group, like the group of guys that we have here. There's not a lot of people that are like us in terms of ambition, in terms of what they want to accomplish, in terms of goals. Not a lot of guys, at least that I know of, in my school out there. So I think it's like you got the guys here, utilize it, bro. Call them up. Daniel, how the fuck did you get a 5K PIF in 2 days?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then feed off his energy. So it's like the more that we're built off, the more that we're gonna win. And then we gotta do I know Ahmed was talking about, we gotta do a retreat with all of us. We're all in one room dialing. So if we can make like a big KPI, like I don't know, 300K in 1 month, immediately the weekend of, we book a trip, all of us right there and there.
You have Raul there too, right? Like that's right. And so like listen, it'll be huge. Like it'll be like, listen, Q3, we already have the Rolex there, right? We're gonna F1 Monaco next year. I'm going. I know Adam's going.
Oh yeah.
You either with us or without us. I don't know. Like it's like we're going, So it's
I
like
just can't miss that. That's like unmissable, bro.
yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like everyone here has a chance to get there. And it's like no other team I know is gearing towards what we're getting ready forward, right? Like we're just tip of the iceberg right now. And so Q3, we ended off strong. We'll do a retreat, we'll pick a location and get together. But we gotta earn it first, and all of us, including myself, including Adam, all of us. So it's like nothing's just gonna come. We gotta earn it. We got 2 months left. July's already kind of done with, right? Let's make the most out of July, August, September, 60 days. 60 days.
Boom.
To take this shit to the next level. So, Q3
Just
we make
to add, because I've been Ro for a minute now, like and as a student, and he always talks about it being your network is your net worth. So the people you have around you are gonna define how you are gonna be as well. So pretty much just piggybacking off what Adam and Ahmed said. So just kind of putting it in a different perspective, because like if I'm honest, I would have been at a freaking retail store if it wasn't, for example, the people I've met in DTI and like, the people I have around me now. So definitely what they're saying is definitely I'm firsthand experience. Like I could say that's true. Because I wouldn't have the mentality. I would be back at a retail store and just being like back to being like a regular worker. And I don't even want that in the end.